Jayji, thank you so much for coordinating this program for us. And Jayji is a unique officer who thinks like a businessman and delivers like an officer. So we at the industry are so thankful for having your guidance and mentoring us all the time, Jayji. TAPMA President, Mr. Vimlesh Gupta ji, and the entire team of TAPMA. Thank you so much for your support, without which this evening would have been so eventful like how it is today, a room full packed. Thank you so much for all the support. PLASTINDIA President, Mr. Jigesh Doshi ji, Chairman NEC, Ajay ji, PLASTINDIA Vice President, Ravish ji, distinguished guests, the entire plastic fraternity, those in this room and who are watching us live, press, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today, and a warm welcome to all of you for the launch of PLASTINDIA promotion event, as well as the visitor registration app being launched today by none other than our Honorable Minister, Mr. KTR Garu. PLASTINDIA, as you all know, is a gigantic platform, a gigantic business platform, where the different avatars of plastic are exhibited. Right from machinery suppliers to raw material manufacturers, traders to sellers, big and small, everybody come together with such enthusiasm, giving it a total international flavor. Being the largest exhibition in the country and the third largest plastic fair in the world, PLASTINDIA attracts more than 2 lakh visitors. It gives you a 360-degree experience of the latest global innovations, technical upgradations, as well as new technologies that are happening and an end-to-end solutions. With live pavilions like plastic in medical and recycling ideas, PLASTINDIA gives you an insight that plastic industry is not just plastic bags and plastic bottles, but it is innovation in plastic, technical plastics, automation plastics, as well as geotextile plastic and so forth. It gives you the total perception that plastic is the new product and it is the product for the future. With the motto, innovate, sustain and grow, PLASTINDIA works very committedly towards a circular economy and a sustained world. So having said this, I request all of you, on behalf of PLASTINDIA, me as the chairman promotion, request all of you to register today. We have a special offer of 20% off when you register today. And I'd like to request all of you to do visit PLASTINDIA in February 1st to 5th, 2023. KTR Garu, coming to the state of Telangana. Plastic industry, I think we are the second largest cluster of plastic industry in the country today after Gujarat. We have more than 10,000 units, getting you a revenue of 7,500 crores. And the best part is we employ more than 20 lakh people directly or indirectly. And we are doing this consistently, sir, not year on year, but month on month. Thanks to all the support we've been receiving from the government and of course you. Plastic is one of the fastest growing industries in our state today. And I have one request on behalf of all of us here. It will be very nice if you can have our state presence in the state pavilion at PLASTINDIA, so we can get the advantage of showcasing our vibrant state and getting far more investors and exporters who can really help business grow in our state. So having said that, I'm very anxious and eagerly waiting to welcome both of you at PLASTINDIA 2023. And finally, before I conclude, I must share this with you. Someone once told me I have a beautiful smile. And I told them it's a plastic smile. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Padmaja ji. We are privileged to have Shri Ajay Shah, the President of Polymers at Reliance Industries Limited, as PLASTINDIA 23's NEC Chairman. I request Shri Ajay Shah ji to give us an insight to plastics industry and about the highlights of PLASTINDIA 2023.
A very warm welcome and a good evening to Shri KT Ramarao Garu, Shri Jayesh Ranjan Ji Garu, Kamlesh Gupta Ji, my colleagues in PLASTINDIA, industry stalwarts, friends in the industry, ladies and gentlemen. I think what I will give you today is a very brief overview of the plastic industry. So I think India is by far the largest democracy in the world, with a GDP last clocked at 3.17 trillion US dollars. It is now the 6th largest economy globally, just below that of UK and above that of France. On a purchasing power parity, we are the 3rd largest economy globally. And even during the COVID period, we did manage to pull off a relatively steady economic growth or economic conditions during that period. We have an aspiration to become a $5 trillion economy in the next 5 years. I think let us look forward, and I think what we are doing today is looking forward before I give you some background of what is currently the status of the industry. We have many projects with significant investments in the pipeline, reiterating the growth potential that this country has. Most of the projects are scheduled for startup release very soon and are already in the construction phase, be it HMEL, the HRRL HPCL joint venture at Barmer in Rajasthan, the Naira project in Gujarat, IOCL and GAIL in various projects. This would add 4 million tons of additional PP and 3 million tons of additional PE in the next 5 years, just to ensure that local demand is there for global growth. A very similar situation in the other polymers, that is PVC and PET and ABS. I think particularly in PVC, the very large deficit that is there currently of more than 1.5 million tons will get wiped out by an addition of 3 million tons in the next couple of years by 2 large players in India. One is the Adani Group, which is coming up with carbide PVC, and the other is the Reliance Group, which is coming up with EDC ethylene-based PVC. I think just a couple of highlights of where India stands. India is the largest lamy tube manufacturer globally. So too in molded furniture, roto-molded tanks, and we are also the largest user of CPVC pipes and fittings. On an export front, we are the largest exporter of FIBCs or jumbo bags. The total polymer consumption of just under 21 million tons, with 9.2 million tons as thermoplastic polymers and 1.6 million tons as thermoset polymers. This is expected to grow at about 6% to over 23 million tons in the next year. Just look at the stupendous growth that India has seen in the past 3 decades. From a mere 0.9 million ton consumption in the 90s, we are today at 21 million tons of consumption. And despite all the challenges in the past couple of years, we have seen good growth in polymers at least, and we hope and expect it to grow at a similar rate in the coming few years. One leading factor is that our per capita consumption is just about 14 kgs per year, compared to about 60 kgs in China and over 100 kgs in USA. Even the global average is at 30 kilograms per annum consumption of polymers. On an export front, we have exported more than $12.6 billion worth of plastic resins and products, worth of plastic resins and products, primarily among them being last year with nearly $15 billion US dollars, which is nearly 3.5 times the value exported. And a lot of this can be reversed activity and production in this country itself. I think it is estimated that India has more than 134,000 injection molding machines, more than 52,500 extrusion machines, and more than 15,500 blow molding machines. And this reflects the fragmented nature of the Indian business with so many MSMEs in this sector. There are more than 300 machinery manufacturers in this country, and only about a third of them, and only 2/3 of them are local. 1/3 of the machines are still imported machines that are being used in this country. The total spend on machines in the last 5 years has been over $9 billion, and this is likely to touch $14 billion in the next 5 years. I think whatever said and done, we can't move away from this slide, that is the recycling and plastic waste management. This is one of the biggest challenges facing our industry. Central government has also recently notified bans on certain plastic products which have very low utility and very high littering potential. This, together with the EPR obligations which are being implemented, will help India grow and sustain further growth in a long-term manner. Our strong informal sector helps us recycle at a very high percentage. And coming to Telangana, I think Padmaja ji has covered most of it. I will just add one more point here. More than 575,000 tons of polymers is consumed within this state alone. And the value of products that are being sold is close to 10,000 crores, while the value of resins is around 7,500 crores that is sold in this country. Telangana, as mentioned already, provides huge opportunities for various processors due to the large and good policies of the government. And we already have more than 10,000 units operating in this country, providing large employment to to people in this state. Coming to PLASTINDIA, I would say that this exhibition is going to showcase the plastic industry in this country. Unfortunately, it's coming after 5 years compared to the traditional 3 years, COVID being the prime reason. This is going to focus on innovation, sustainability, and growth that will facilitate new innovative techniques to be used and help maintain a cleaner and more sustainable environment. Inspired by the UN Sustainable Development Goals, this exhibition will showcase plastics playing an important role in the circular economy, sustainability, and thus fostering development and growth of this industry. The exhibition is returning to New Delhi after a gap of 2 editions, and the new state-of-the-art ground at Pragati Maidan, Delhi, is ready to welcome you all, and we do hope we have even the Minister and the Secretary coming to this exhibition to witness this in the near future. This exhibition is targeted to have 1,50,000 square meters of built-up area covered. We are hoping to get 2,000 different exhibitors from across the globe, and we have nearly 50 participating countries, all that is going to be larger than the last edition at Gandhinagar. Among the themes that we are going to stress on is 3D printing, renewable energy, composite materials, plastic culture, medical and healthcare, artificial intelligence, robotics and automation. And finally, PLASTINDIA 2023 will provide a unique opportunity for all of you to look for innovative, sustainable, and growing developments that are there in this industry, so that together we can shape a better tomorrow. So we hope and look forward to meeting all of you during February next year at New Delhi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ajayji. The entire plastics fraternity is actually looking forward for a mega show in PLASTINDIA at Pragati Maidan. Ladies and gentlemen, now to tell you more about our forthcoming show, we would like to show you a brief film on PLASTINDIA 2023.
Innovations drive society forward. Numerous innovations have supported the human race and have helped mankind to evolve to its current state of development. Plastics are an indispensable and enriching part of modern lifestyle, enabling us to lead a comfortable life. They are used in various industrial applications such as packaging, construction, textiles, electronics, healthcare, automobile, agriculture, defense equipment, and recently in 3D printing and robotics. India is one of the fastest growing global economies and has recorded 8.4% growth in GDP in the year 2020-2021. Indian plastics industry is making huge strides thanks to good investment climate, favorable government policies, cutting-edge R&D, a favorable demographics with a young workforce leading to growth in consumer and industrial demand. Since its invention in the early 1900s, plastics have transformed the world. Its diverse applications and unparalleled utility make plastics a great investment opportunity. Plastics impacts our life in every moment and makes our life enjoyable. Plastics have been a great savior in mankind's battle against COVID-19 and helped us develop PPE kits, face masks, syringes and other medical products in the shortest possible time. India took a major initiative to become Atmanirbhar for tackling the pandemic, and now the economy has fully recovered with great growth prospects. The production and consumption of plastics has increased manifold in India. In 1990, the consumption of plastics was merely 0.9 million metric ton. This has grown to 22 million metric ton in 2021-2022 and shall exponentially rise to 28 million metric tons by 2025. With the growing consumption, we also have the responsibility of waste generated. Government policies and industry efforts are working towards a sustainable growth for the industry. In 2018, the overall size of the Indian plastics industry was $73 billion, and this is expected to reach $102 billion by 2025. Plast India is a triennial celebration of plastics where thought leaders and industry partners congregate to envisage a beautiful future and build a better world for future generations. At Plast India, global leaders of the plastic industry convene together and showcase the latest innovations in the world of plastics and expand their business alliances. With national progress through plastics in mind, Plast India Foundation was established in 1987. It is the apex body of major associations, organizations, and institutions connected with plastics with common objectives. The foundation is committed to the nation's growth with the development of plastic sector. To achieve this goal, Plast India Foundation has been organizing the Plast India exhibition since 1990 and have successfully organized 10 editions, establishing itself as top plastic show of the world. The previous 2018 edition had 1,800 exhibitors from 44 countries with a visitor footfall of over 245,000 from 103 countries. 1,200 reverse buyer-seller meetings were held with overseas buyers and exhibitors, and the show generated approximately $120 million worth of business. The event was a mega success, and we are confident to outperform these numbers in 2023. The largest in India and the third largest plastics exhibition in the world is back in the nation's capital, New Delhi. The 11th Plast India exhibition will be held from 1st to 5th February 2023. The newly revamped International Exhibition and Convention Center at Pragati Maidan is the home for Plast India 2023. Plast India 2023 is glad to have Reliance Industries Limited and Logo as platinum sponsors, and Manathan Machinery, Supreme Industries, and HMEL as gold sponsors. The exhibition is supported by Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Make in India, and Swachh Bharat. The Mega Exhibition Center, having more than 4 million square feet of built-up area, has state-of-the-art exhibition halls, ultra-modern convention center, and amphitheater. There is ample car parking space to accommodate around 5,000 cars inside Exhibition Center. PLASTINDIA 2023 shall host over 2,000 exhibitors on 150,000 square meter area and will witness a footfall of more than 200,000 visitors.
I welcome you to PLASTINDIA 2023 and be a part of this mega event.
Let's come together, sustain and grow for the better tomorrow. See you all at the PLASTINDIA 2023. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Come and be a part of the 11th PLASTINDIA 2023 International Classics Exhibition, Conference and Convention. Expand your knowledge and make connections in the rapidly expanding Indian plastics industry. Let's innovate, sustain, grow, and together we shape our tomorrow.
I now invite Shri Jigish Doshi Ji, President PLASTINDIA Foundation and CMD of Vishaka Group with diversified business interests to address the August gathering.
Respected Sri KT Ramarao ji, Jayesh Ranjan Saab, my colleagues on the dais and friends from the industries from the Telangana. Namaskar Telangana. I am very happy to announce the promotion and launch of visitor registration of PLASTINDIA 2023 in this progressive state. Honorable Minister for IT, E&C, M&UD and Industries and Commerce, Sri KT Ramarao ji and Sri Jayesh Ranjan ji, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce, I thank you and welcoming you for joining on this occasion. PLASTINDIA Foundation is the apex body of the major association, organizations and institutions connected with the plastics. I am delighted to share with you that we are organizing the largest plastic exhibition, PLASTINDIA 2023, from 1st February to the 5th February at the Pragati Maidan, New Delhi. Normally, we host this kind of promotion events in a Mumbai, Delhi or plastic industry hubs like Ahmedabad. This time we decided to host this event just after the Delhi in Telangana. The reason behind is this is a highly industrial growth is Telangana and highly industry friendly environment and government in Telangana. Also our chairperson Srimati Padmajaji is from the state. That is one of the reason. And the key reason is our highly dynamic young leader Sri KT Ramarao ji. Sir, your dynamism and your industry-friendly policies have attracted us to host this launch function in Telangana. Telangana has very industry-friendly policies. All the converting industries mainly related to plastics are focused on the putting a plant in Telangana. I always suggest everyone should visit Telangana, explore Telangana, and try to put up a plant in Telangana. Sir, KT Ramarao Saab, I just want to share my personal experience with you. Maybe actually you are aware or not, I don't know, but we met before maybe 6-7 years back in Ahmedabad. At that time actually you, Jayesh Ranjan Saab, were coming to Ahmedabad to promote Telangana. And really we impressed like anything. We met in our just a common friend, Siddharth Ganpatwala Chaudhary at place, and we discussed something about some project. And immediately you just gave your mobile number to me. If you find any problem, immediately directly contact to me and come to Telangana. Sir, this is something different. That's put Telangana in a different league. Because the leader of this gesture and this kind, they gave a mobile number, immediately it is not possible. We have a plant in different state. We are staying in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. But I frankly speaking, this type of behavior we seen only in Telangana. That is a thing. And so second experience, that is before 1.5 years, we were planned to put up one solar glass factory, and we explore Gujarat because we are from Gujarat, Telangana and one other state. And at that time, actually, my team just sent a mail to Jayesh Ranjan Saab, कि sir, we want to explore this opportunity. Immediately, maybe Jayesh Ranjan Saab, you aware or not, you just make up one VC meeting with our team. I must be present there, but unfortunately, some of the reason I was not present there. And you offered that if your promoters in this COVID time not able to come by the commercial flight, Telangana government will plan for the charter flight from Ahmedabad to here. Your promoters come here, visit the Telangana places, meet KTR Saab, but put up a plant in Telangana. So this is something really different. We are from the Gujarat. We are in a comfort zone because we born and brought up in Gujarat. So we have a comfort zone in Gujarat. But anytime if we think about to put up some plant in another state, Telangana is coming first in the mind because of this attitude. So, now related to SUP, just we talked with the KT Ramarao Saab. So I think single-use plastics, definitely it is a worry, but it's a big worry. When the central government Prime Minister has a vision for the environment-friendly policy. So we are supporting environmental friendly policy. We are not supporting the ban of the single-use plastics, because every single-use plastics is not a hazardous for the environment. The plastic carry bag, I think it is not a big challenge, because carry bag is not banned. Only certain thickness of the carry bag is banned. So 75 micron is there, and after the 31st December by this year, and then the starting of the new calendar year, the 120 micron carry bag is open. So carry bag is not banned. Only the single-use carry bag is banned. Again and again, reusable and recyclable, that's a carry bag, is open. So carry bag is not banned. The 50% is more than 50% is related to carry bag. Second, if we talk about the fork and spoon and plate and everywhere, so the injection molded with the higher thickness, which are the again and again reusable, the fork, spoon or plates, it's not banned. It is only the single use, the small, the thin one, that's a ice cream वाला जो चम्मच है, जो यूज करेगा कि फेंक देना है, वो बैन है. अपने घर के अंदर मेलामाइन की जो प्लेट है, मेलामाइन की चम्मच है, इट्स अ प्लास्टिक, बट इट इज नॉट बैन. सो एक्चुअली क्या है कि सर्टन चीजें हर एक को समझने की जरूरत है. आई थिंक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से पूरा क्लैरिफिकेशन के साथ ये बाहर आना चाहिए. तो एक क्लैरिफिकेशन से साथ बाहर आएगा तो ये प्रॉब्लम काफी हद तक कम हो जाएगा. ओनली चैलेंज, मेन चैलेंज इज एज अ लेमन लैंग्वेज इज अ थर्मोकोल. द थर्मोकोल प्लेट, स्पून, ग्लास, वो जो एकदम से लाइट वेट है और रिसाइकलेबल नहीं है इजी, और कलेक्ट करना रैक पिकर्स के लिए जो इंसेंटिव नहीं है, क्योंकि बहुत पतला कुछ भी बैग होगा या स्पून होगा, वो जो है वो कलेक्ट रैक पिकर क्यों नहीं करता है? बिकॉज अब उसको कुछ मिलता नहीं है. अगर वही थिक गेज होगा, ज्यादा बटा मोटा होगा, ये सब होगा, उसको कुछ पैसा मिलेगा तो वो कलेक्ट करेगा. तो इट इज ए सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को प्लास्ट इंडिया फाउंडेशन ने स्ट्रांगली एक रिकमेंडेशन भेजा है कि गो विद द थिकनेस. आप ऐसे बैन मत करो, बैन इज नॉट ए सॉल्यूशन. आप थिकनेस के साथ चलो. अगर कोई भी चीज ज्यादा थिकनेस वाली है तो रैक पिकर्स लेगा. यू हैव टू गिव ए इंसेंटिव टू द रैक पिकर्स विद द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के साथ हेल्प करके उनको इंसेंटिव दो, तो वो कलेक्ट भी होगा, रीयूजेबल भी होगा, रिसाइकलेबल भी होगा. तो प्लीज मेक इट वेरी मच क्लियर. इट्स अ चैलेंज, बट जो अपने मानते हैं उतनी बड़ी चैलेंज नहीं है. तो इस हर एक को डिटेल में थोड़ा समझने की जरूरत है. लोकल एसोसिएशन को भी सपोर्ट चाहिए और सबको मिलके सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को रिप्रेजेंटेशन गया है और लोकल एसोसिएशन को मिलके हर एक इंडस्ट्रीज वाले को समझाना पड़ेगा और लोकल पॉल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड की अथॉरिटी को भी समझाना पड़ेगा कि यस इट इज नॉट बैन, इट इज अलो एज पर द गवर्नमेंट नॉर्म्स। तो ये जो चीज है वो इसका मिसयूज होता है, वो गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटी कई बार मिसयूज करके इंडस्ट्रीज वाले को हेरेसमेंट होता है, तो वो समझाना पड़ेगा। सो दैट इज अ थिंग। एंड सो सर, जैसे मैंने बताया कि आई एम डेफिनेटली कमिंग फ्रॉम गुजरात एंड बॉर्न एंड ब्रॉट अप इन गुजरात, सो ऑलवेज एक जहां बॉर्न एंड ब्रॉट अप होता है वहां एक थोड़ा बायस हो जाते हैं, तो दैट इज अ थिंग। बट आई ऑलवेज टेल एवरीवन कि यस, अगर आपको कोई अपने स्टेट से बाहर जाना है तो प्लीज विजिट तेलंगाना, explore the Telangana, meet the officials. They are very much cooperative, very much friendly environment, and go there, and if you find a comfortable, then put up a plant there. So that is always we suggest to everyone. So sir, we are also your brand ambassador for the other state. And sir, I would personally request you to visit a Plast India 2023 along with your team. It is a really opportunity, and also sir, we request you to be a state partner for this, because it is a big opportunity from the overall world and from the overall India. So many people will visit Plast India, so you can showcase actually what is a Telangana, why they have to come to Telangana. So please come as a state partner and visit Plast India Foundation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jigish ji. Sir, that call actually requires a mic there. We would love to hear that. Okay. Today is an important day for Plast India 2023, as we are delighted to launch our mobile app and visitor registration. I take pride in announcing that we commence the launch of this app by our respected guest, Shri KTR Garu. I request Shri Jigish Doshi ji to get the app launched by our Honorable Minister. Plast India Foundation has created a mobile app for the benefit of our esteemed visitors. You can register as visitors through the app or the website of Plast India. The online registration process is very simple. Visitors can download the iOS or Android version through app stores and can create their profile on the app in a matter of minutes. Once the profile is created, the same is verified by an OTP via SMS or an email. Thereafter, you can provide your organization details, add products of interest, and proceed to buy a visitor pass by making an online payment and get a visitor badge. Some of the advantages of this mobile app are that you can browse all the exhibitors' data, their product profile, etc. at the tip of your fingers. The visitors can attend the show without standing in queues to get the registration badges. You can plan your entire visit to Plast India with a personalized day-wise schedule and networking with exhibitors and investors, view seminar details, and stay up to date with the latest exhibition updates. And I'm happy to announce that we are offering a special 20% discount on the exhibition pass, which is valid only till midnight today. Now, in the meanwhile, we have successfully registered our Honorable Minister, Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu and Shri Jayesh Ranjan Garu as our very special guests for the Plast India 23. Thank you for launching the PLASTINDIA2023's mobile app and registering at the very start of it. We look forward to your gracious visit at our show in New Delhi. So once again, may I hear a big round of applause for this. Thank you. Shri K.T. Rama Rao, a visionary leader with an unfettered passion, is the pillar of strength for all-round development of Telangana. He has been striving to transform the nascent Telangana into golden Telangana. An erudite scholar with 2 postgraduate degrees, MSc in biotechnology from Pune and MBA in marketing and e-commerce from New York, Shri K.T. Rama Rao Garu is the guiding force behind multifaceted usage of technology and rural and urban transformation of Telangana. He was awarded as the most inspirational icon of the year 2015 by CNN, IBN, and Rids magazine. Minister for Industries and Commerce, Information Technology, Electronics and Communication, Urban Development, and Municipal Administration in Government of Telangana, we are keen to hear the much-awaited speech, so we welcome you to the podium with a vibrant sound of claps.
Thank you, Madam. Firstly, I welcome Sri Jigish Doshi ji, Mr. Rajesh Shah, Mr. Kamath, of course, Hamare Bhabhi ji, Padmaja Garu, and Mr. Gupta, Principal Secretary, Industry and Commerce, Sri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, to all the dignitaries, to all the members of Plast India 2023 who are gathered here from, all the dignitaries of the plastic industry from Hyderabad, from Telangana who are gathered here. I welcome you all. I firstly thank the Plast India team for choosing Hyderabad right after Gujarat. You've chosen, to start your promotion from Hyderabad. We are thankful to you for that. As Padmaja Garu pointed out, the industry here is quite vibrant, and we of course would love to see it grow further, become more robust, become more powerful, create more employment, create more wealth for the state. But पहले मैं एक बार जिगीश भाई को एक चीज़ याद दिलाना चाहता हूँ. हाँ, हम लोग मिले थे 5-6 साल पहले. अहमदाबाद हम लोग गए थे, वहाँ प्रमोशन कर रहे थे तेलंगाना की, क्योंकि तेलंगाना तभी बनी थी. 8 साल पहले तेलंगाना का फॉर्मेशन हुआ 2 जून 2014. तो हमारा फ़र्ज़ था कि सारा दुनिया चले, बताएं कि एक नया राज्य आया है जिसका नाम है तेलंगाना, and which is open for business, which is welcoming of investments from all over the world, which is very business friendly, which is very business like. The government here is very keen to promote investment. तो उसी सिलसिले में हम जब अहमदाबाद गए तो we met at a common friend's place, one Mr. Ganpat Rai Chaudhary and Siddharth Chaudhary. So in that context, in fact, I had met a number of entrepreneurs from Gujarat. Jigish bhai, मुझे पहली बात तो ये बताना होगा कि I think Gujarati entrepreneurs are world famous. I mean, entrepreneurship is in your blood. आपके लहू में, तो आपको कोई सिखाता नहीं कि बिजनेस कैसे चलाना है, क्या करना है. आप तो मतलब कल्चर ऐसा है गुजरात में कि entrepreneurship is something that is encouraged from a very young age. Unlike the rest of India, जैसे हमारा तेलंगाना है, मैं when I was in school, I was told कि भाई या तो तुम डॉक्टर बनो या इंजीनियर बनो. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यही 2 ऑप्शन मिलते हैं. कभी का एक बार बोल देते हैं कि CA बनो या लॉयर बनो. कोई ये नहीं बोलता तेलंगाना में या आंध्रा में कि आप एंटरप्रेन्योर बनो. बट गुजरात में क्या है, 15-16 साल से काम में लग जाते हैं फैमिली बिजनेस में. और वैसे ही that culture of entrepreneurship which has been going on from generation to generation. So I was very, very impressed because that was my first visit ever to Gujarat, and I was very impressed with the entrepreneurship culture there. And I think that is something the rest of India can certainly learn from. I think on that one specific context of entrepreneurship and how enterprise is celebrated in Gujarat, I think the Gujaratis deserve a huge round of applause from all of us. Because entrepreneur होना आसान बात नहीं है. India में especially, to be an entrepreneur is not easy. I think we all agree on that. We all agree on that. Because wealth creators in India are looked at differently. बाकी दुनिया में वेल्थ क्रिएशन को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, वेल्थ क्रिएटर को रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं, वेल्थ क्रिएटर को पोस्टर बॉय मानते हैं. इंडिया में थोड़ा नजरिया अलग है कि किसी ने पैसा बनाया, बिजनेस चलाया, तो उसको पहली बात तो शेक की नजर से देखेंगे कि किससे कैसे बनाया इसने, कौन सी शॉर्टकट इसने पकड़ा, कौन से मिनिस्टर के साथ इसका संबंध है. My point is, I think India, if we really have to grow as a country, because we may say a lot of things. अजय जी बता रहे थे अपने प्रेजेंटेशन में, मैं देख रहा था कि हम लोग 6th लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी है, 3.1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी हमारी है. अजय जी, आपको एक बात याद दिलाना चाहता हूं सर, 1987 में इंडिया और चाइना दोनों का जीडीपी एक ही था, $470 बिलियन. आज 35 साल बाद वो कहां है, हम कहां हैं? वो लोग बैठे हैं $16 ट्रिलियन पे, बस यूएस के एक कदम पीछे हैं. हम कहां हैं? हम ब्रिटेन और फ्रांस के बीच में फंसे हुए हैं. ये कोई फख्र की बात नहीं है हमारे लिए. इनफैक्ट वी शुड ऑल लैमेंट, वी शुड ऑल थिंक व्हाई इंडिया कुड नॉट डू व्हाट चाइना हैज डन. वी शुड ऑल सीरियसली contemplate, we should all seriously understand what the challenges are. And I think one of the fundamental challenges is the fact that entrepreneurship in India has not been promoted as much as it should have been in the last 35 years. We do not celebrate our entrepreneurs. We do not celebrate the culture of entrepreneurship. I think that has to change. That certainly has to be, brought about. That cultural change, that cultural shift has to be brought about. We travel all over and we meet investors all over. The one question that they keep asking, बहुत बार ये पूछते हैं हमें, especially यूरोप में, यूएस में जब जाते हैं और प्रोस्पेक्टिव इन्वेस्टर से मिलते हैं, वो लोग पूछते हैं हमें कि अगर चाइना में कुछ हो सकता है इतना जल्दी, तो आपके यहाँ क्यों नहीं होता है? तो मैं बस उनको एक ही बात बताता हूँ, आपको भी वही बात बताता हूँ. मैं उनसे कहता हूँ कि भाई ऐसा है, चाइना जो है एक देश है, बहुत होमोजिनस देश है, मतलब एक सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ प्रोफाइल एवरीवेयर यू गो, वेरी वेरी होमोजिनस एज अ कंट्री. बट इंडिया इज अ वेरी डाइवर्स नेशन. इंडिया में हर 200 किलोमीटर में या हर 150 किलोमीटर में बहुत सारा चीज बदल जाता है. वी आर अ वेरी डाइवर्स कंट्री, वी आर मोर लाइक यूरोप. हमारे यहाँ 28 स्टेट्स हैं, 22 ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेजेस हैं, 300 से ज्यादा अनऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज है. हर 150 किलोमीटर में इंडिया में आपका लैंग्वेज बदल जाता है, डायलेक्ट बदल जाता है, ईटिंग हैबिट बदल जाती है, आपका थिंकिंग स्टाइल बदलता है, कल्चर बदलता है. इंडिया इज अ वेरी वेरी डाइवर्स कंट्री दैट वे. इनफैक्ट आई कीप गिविंग द एग्जांपल, जयेश रंजन जी और मैं दोनों भी एक ही गवर्नमेंट के लिए काम करते हैं, बट वो जो भाषा बोलते हैं अपने घर में और मैं जो भाषा बोलता हूं हमारे घर में, इन दोनों में इतना फर्क है. वो हिंदी बोलते हैं, मैं तेलुगु बोलता हूं. इतना फर्क है जितना कि फ्रेंच और जर्मन में. मैं यही समझाने की कोशिश करते रहता हूं बाहर, और मैं यही बोलता हूं बाहर हमेशा जब भी कोई प्रोस्पेक्टिव इन्वेस्टर मिलता है, मैं उनसे यही कहता हूं कि इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन द गेटवे यू चूज टू एंटर इंडिया थ्रू. क्योंकि इंडिया इज नॉट वन एंटिटी, देयर आर 28 डिफरेंट इंडियाज. आप कौन सी एंट्री पॉइंट लेते हो उस पर आपका एक्सपीरियंस इंडिया का डिपेंड करता है. मैं कोई और राज्य के बारे में गलत नहीं कहूंगा, बट ये जरूर कहूंगा कि आप तेलंगाना से अगर एंटर करते हो तो बहुत पॉजिटिव आपके एक्सपीरियंस रहेंगे. जैसा अभी जिगीश भाई बता रहे थे, आपको मिनिस्टर अपना मोबाइल नंबर देगा, प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी बोलेगा कि मैं आपको चार्टर फ्लाइट भी भेजूंगा. हम लोग बात ही नहीं करते हैं सर, आपको बताना पड़ेगा. चार्टर फ्लाइट की जो आपने बात की, एक एग्जाम्पल मैं देता हूं आपको. कोविड के दरमियान मैंने एक न्यूज आइटम पढ़ा था पेपर में, इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स में एक आर्टिकल था कि एक कंपनी है किटेक्स, जो दुनिया का सेकंड लार्जेस्ट किड्स अपैरल मैन्युफैक्चरर है. दुनिया का सेकंड लार्जेस्ट किड्स अपैरल, बेबी और किड्स अपैरल जो गैप में, ओल्ड नेवी में, बनाना रिपब्लिक में सारा दुनिया खरीदता है, वो बनाने में सेकंड लार्जेस्ट है. वो केरला बेस्ड है. तो उनकी वहां पे कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई केरला गवर्नमेंट के साथ, और उनका जो इन्वेस्टमेंट था 3,500 करोड़ का, जो केरला में वो लगाने वाले थे, थोड़ा नाराज थे, तो कोई और राज्य की तरफ देख रहे थे, श्रीलंका की तरफ देख रहे थे. उनके पीछे बहुत सारे लोग ऑलरेडी थे. तो मैंने न्यूज आइटम देखा एक मंडे के दिन इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स में। तो मेरी एक आदत है, बुरी आदत है, हर दिन मैं 13 न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ता हूँ और उसमें जो भी दिखता है तो एक फ़ोटो ले लेता हूँ, फिर मैं अपने टीम को भेजता हूँ व्हाट्सएप में। मैं जयेश जी को भेजा, बोला कि ये आदमी कौन है, पकड़ो इसको। आप मंडे के दिन मैंने फ़ोटो लिया सुबह, जयेश को बोला कि भाई इसका कुछ करो, इमीडिएटली इंतज़ाम करो। तो जयेश ने इमीडिएटली उनका फ़ोन नंबर कहीं से पकड़ लिया, मुझे भेजा। तो शाम तक, मंडे के शाम तक मैंने उनको व्हाट्सएप किया, जो साबू जेकब करके उसके एमडी थे, उनको मैंने व्हाट्सएप किया कि मैं मिनिस्टर हूँ तेलंगाना का, मैं आपसे बात करना चाहता हूँ। उन्होंने उत्तर नहीं दिया, कोई जवाब नहीं दिया। मैं बोला यार कम से कम इतना इज्जत तो दो, जवाब तो दो। कोई जवाब नहीं। तो मैं बोला जयेश जी को यार पकड़ो इनको, जवाब भी नहीं दे रहे यार मुझे। तो फिर जयेश जी ने उनको कॉल लगाया, तो वो बोलते हैं मुझे लगा कोई प्रैंकस्टर है, मुझे लगा कोई ऐसे ही बोल रहा है कि मैं मिनिस्टर हूँ, क्योंकि आजकल तो बहुत सारा साइबर फ्रॉड चल रहा है, कोई भी ऐसे ही बोल रहा है मिनिस्टर हूँ। बोले नहीं नहीं नहीं, हमारे मिनिस्टर है। सो देन व्हाट हैपेंड इज, नेक्स्ट डे ट्यूसडे आफ्टरनून, मंडे के दिन हमने देखा न्यूज़पेपर में, ट्यूसडे आफ्टरनून अराउंड 3 o'clock, मी, जयेश एंड मिस्टर जेकब, वी वर ऑन अ कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल टुगेदर। और कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल में हम लोग बात कर रहे थे। देन आई सेड प्लीज कम टू हैदराबाद, विजिट अस, एक बार मिल तो लो, बात करो, देन विल डिसाइड व्हाट टू डू। तो ही सेड सर यू नो ट्रैवल रिस्ट्रिक्शंस, कोविड प्रॉब्लम है, मैं देख के बोलता हूँ, आई विल जस्ट पिक माई फ्लाइट्स, choose the dates and then come back to you. I said, why don't I do this? Why don't I send you a chartered flight? He was zapped. He was surprised, pleasantly, of course. He said, can I say this to the press here? So I said, listen, ek kaam karo aap, this Friday, because we are talking on Tuesday, this Friday I'll arrange the flight. आप फ्लाइट में चढ़ने से पहले बोलो वहां प्रेस को, वरना अभी आज ही अगर प्रेस मीट लगा के बोलोगे तो फिर केरला गवर्नमेंट आके आपके घर पे बैठ जाएगी, तकलीफ हो जाएगी। तो ही सेड ओके। तो दैट इनफैक्ट फ्राइडे भी नहीं, थर्सडे के दिन, दैट वेरी वीक, within 3 days, he was boarding a flight in Kerala, in Cochin. He called all the press. He said, listen, this is how governments treat me. क्योंकि मैं वहां पे 22,000 लोगों को एम्प्लॉयमेंट दूंगा, तो ये मुझे ये गवर्नमेंट बुला रही है। उनको शायद 5-6 लाख का खर्चा होगा, बट मुझे इतना इज्जत दे के बुला रही है। ये खर्चे की बात नहीं है, पैसे की बात नहीं है, इसलिए मैं जा रहा हूं करके उन्होंने वहां बोल के यहाँ आए। वो फ्राइडे के दिन आए। आने के बाद immediately we picked him up from the airport. We flew him to Warangal, which is where our Kakatiya mega textile park is. We took him in a helicopter there. We showed him the place. He came with no intent. He came with zero intent. बस देखने के लिए आए कि है कौन, ये prankster है, fraudster है, कौन है ये, देखने के लिए आए। But वापस जब आए वरंगल से, he was so impressed. He said, sir, I came with no intention, but I'm announcing 1,000 crore investment today. And he announced it right then to the press. And more importantly, within 1 month, because, you know, your existing investor, our Chief Minister, Shri KTR Garu keeps telling us, your existing investor is your biggest brand ambassador. अगर वो खुश है, 10 लोगों को बोलेंगे। अगर उनका ठीक ठाक चल रहा है धंधा, उनको कोई तकलीफ नहीं गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, और राज्य में कोई उनको इरिटेशन नहीं है, तो वो खुद बोलेंगे 10 लोगों को, प्रमोट करेंगे अपने राज्य को, अपने स्टेट को, अपने क्षेत्र को, कि अच्छा चल रहा है, आप भी आ जाओ। तो he said, within 1 month, Mr. Jacob came again. He said, sir, initially 1,000 crore announced किया था, I'm announcing another 1,400 crore. Today, in fact, he's building another unit here in Rangareddy district, and we're also in discussion for a third plant. So that's how we work, जिगीश भाई। तो मैं सब कहानी इसलिए बोल रहा था जिगीश भाई को कि उन्होंने भी वादा किया मुझे, जिगीश भाई ने, पर चले गए वेस्ट बंगाल। हमारी दीदी भी अच्छी है, जिगीश भाई, दीदी भी अच्छी है, वहां पे भी आप करो, ईस्ट में भी चाहिए, आप वेस्ट में भी चाहिए, बट हम लोग सेंट्रल इंडिया है, हम लोग ना साउथ इंडिया है ना नॉर्थ इंडिया है। हम यही कहते हैं कि हैदराबाद ऐसी जगह है जहां नॉर्थ इंडिया मीट्स साउथ इंडिया, जहां आपको हर वो चीज मिलेगी जो एक नॉर्थ इंडियन को चाहिए, हर वो चीज मिलेगी जो एक साउथ इंडियन को चाहिए। तो मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि आप यहां पे भी एक यूनिट लगाइए, और प्लास्ट इंडिया से पहले ही, मतलब फरवरी से पहले ही एक ऐलान कर दीजिए, ताकि हमें वहां स्टेट पार्टनर बनने का और आप बाकी हमारे टीम को लाने का। और मैं देख रहा था नाम भी आपका विशाखा है, तेलुगु नाम है, तो आपको तो रहना ही है यहाँ पे। आप तो हमें जिगीश भाई से ही रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा था मैं कि आप यहाँ आइएगा और जरूर एक प्लांट लगाइए, ताकि बाकी हमारे जो जितने भी लीडर हैं इंडस्ट्री के, उनको भी कॉन्फिडेंस मिले, मैं आपको एक और बात भी बताता हूं जिगीश भाई. You are not the first Gujarati firm to come to Telangana. In the last 8 years, we've had good success of Gujarati businessmen coming into our state. Chiripal है, एक बहुत बड़ी firm है, गुजरात से हैं. उन्होंने भी गुजरात के बाहर first time अगर बाहर आए, तो फिर यहीं पे आए. वेल्सपन का एक अंजार में गुजरात में एक बहुत बड़ा यूनिट है, 3000 एकड़ में उनका बहुत बड़ा यूनिट है. उनका गुजरात से बाहर मिस्टर गोयंका का दूसरा इन्वेस्टमेंट यहीं पे पहली बार वो हमारे रंगारेड्डी डिस्ट्रिक्ट में बहुत बड़ा यूनिट उन्होंने लगाया. मैंने खुद उसका इनॉग्रेशन किया. उनका 500 एकड़ जमीन लिया, उसमें बहुत बड़ा यूनिट लगाया. इट्स गोइंग वेरी वेल. द थर्ड कंपनी, जयेश, व्हाट वाज द थर्ड कंपनी? सुप्रीम प्लास्टिक, ऑफ कोर्स वी ऑल नो सुप्रीम. सुप्रीम ऑल्सो वी मेट इन फैक्ट आई थिंक इन बॉम्बे, प्लास्ट इंडिया में ही हम लोग मिले थे. और again Supreme also has come here and they have also set up shop here. So my request is Telangana in fact is possibly one of the most progressive states in India today. We are extremely friendly when it comes to business houses and creation of employment for our locals. We are committed. And I would also like to say one thing, and I was asking Jigish bhai also to clarify this to the media particularly. Plastic ban की बहुत बात होती है. Plastic single use और वो भी एक कैटेगरी वाले प्लास्टिक बैंड है. मैं एक चीज कहना चाहता हूं, आई एम ऑल्सो द मिनिस्टर फॉर अर्बन डेवलपमेंट एंड म्युनिसिपल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. टिल सच टाइम इट्स a good thing that we are banning non-biodegradable material. It's plastic, it could be plastic, it could be something else. But the fact is, unless you find an alternative, for the people at large, why do people use plastic? Because it's convenient, because it's cheap, because it's readily available all over the place. Unless we find a strong substitute which will encourage people and which is available all over, you know, namesake अगर एक कागज पे लिख दिए कि बैन है, नहीं काम होगा. एक ढंग का अल्टरनेटिव पकड़ना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद ही हम लोग इसको सख्ती से we can enforce it. Otherwise it will just be on the paper, another good thing on the paper. I am not saying it should not be banned. Please don't get me wrong. I am with the government of India, but we have to find alternatives. We have to ensure people at large understand, people at large appreciate that there are effective substitutes for single-use plastic. Till such time, हम लोग जो भी करें, उसका नतीजा ठीक से नहीं होगा. मैं क्योंकि अजय शाह जी भी हैं और जगीश भाई भी हैं, दोनों गुजरात से हैं, तो मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ. गुजरात में अल्कोहल इज बैंड, बट मैं हाल ही में न्यूज़ देखा था कि वहाँ पे 38 लोगों की डेथ हो गई स्पूरियस लिकर की वजह से. मतलब मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ कि अगर आप इरादा ठीक है, नेक है, मैं ये नहीं बोलता कि अच्छी बात नहीं है, बट उसका अमलावरी अगर ठीक से हो, effective substitution also has to be in place. Otherwise, things like these will only remain on paper. It will not work. In Telangana, in fact, plastic industry, as Padmaja Garu was pointing out, has been contributing to the growth of all sectors because plastic is all pervasive. ऐसी कोई sector नहीं है जहाँ plastic का usage है ही नहीं. जो केन मैं पकड़ा हूँ इसमें भी plastic है. So that is the reality of life. Everywhere you look around you, there's plastic. In the television, in the remote you use, everything you use in your day-to-day life, there's plastic all around you. Now, like I said, agriculture, infrastructure, health, food, potable drinking water, everywhere. But we also have had some good success in recycling plastic. In fact, one of the industries that has come up in Telangana, which I'm very proud of, which I inaugurated recently in Warangal, is called Ganesha Ecosphere. It's I think a Mumbai company. They actually take all the PET plastic bottles and plastic waste, and they actually create fiber out of it. और वो fiber से फिर fabric बनाते हैं. These are the kind of things that will actually make it sustainable. I loved your theme of the event. Innovate, sustain, and grow. Right? Innovate, sustain, and grow. I think the key word there is sustainability. We need to ensure that the plastic is recycled. We need to ensure that the plastic is again brought into circulation again in a different form, so that the overall production, overall consumption there is a fine balance that is maintained. Now, the other thing I just wanted to quickly also mention, before 2014, the number of plastic units in the state of Telangana was about 10,000. Now it has grown to almost 15,000 units. Most of these units, of course, are small enterprises, generating turnover, as Padmaja Garu was pointing out, of almost 7,500 crores. Apart from the above, new ventures and expansion of the existing industries has also happened with a lot of enthusiasm. Some of the companies that have expanded, just to name a few: Supreme Industries, Srinath Rotopack, Vijay Neha Polymers, CPAL, Super Olefins, Sudhakar Group, of course, popular group here. Thank you, sir, for joining us. The excellent initiatives and industry-friendly policies of Telangana, led by our Honorable Chief Minister KTR Garu, has certainly helped Telangana grow in the industry sector. To support the industry further, TSIIC has developed a dedicated plastic park in about 144 acres at Tummaluru in Maheshwaram Mandal in Rangareddy district. The infrastructure was developed for the park by spending almost 123 crores. Allotment has been made to 149 companies who have, between all of them together, invested 847 crores and have created direct employment to 5,000 people and almost indirectly also the same number. 102 companies in this park have already commenced production, while 25 companies are under construction. As I pointed out, some of the major companies in this park are Chiripal, Srinath Rotopack, Siflon Drip and Sprinklers, Chakradhar Farm Equipment, and Mahalakshmi Polymers. Our government has also encouraged recycled plastic, like I pointed out. Kundana Technotex Private Limited is creating a facility to recycle plastic waste and develop reusable material with an investment of rupees 460 crores in Chandanvalli in Rangareddy district. Like I just pointed out, Ganesha Ecosphere has also invested 400 crores into sustainable practices with respect to plastic consumption. Plast India, of course, is a good forum for the industry to understand what are the new technologies that are evolving, what are the new developments that are happening in the industry, and how we can all leverage it and grow further. Industry has to grow, of course, but it cannot grow at the cost of environment. That is a philosophy of Telangana government. So therefore, we are focused on sustainability, which seems to be the theme of Plast India. So I don't see any problem in associating as a state with Plast India. Will become a partner, state partner. Jayesh Ranjan Garu. And we will encourage our entrepreneurs also to join the event in Delhi. आजकल हमारा दिल्ली के साथ कुछ ज़्यादा अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है, but कोई बात नहीं, वो लोग अपना काम करें, हम अपना काम करेंगे, कोई बात नहीं, हमें कोई तकलीफ नहीं उस बात से. But I would only say one thing. I think let's all use this forum and this platform to ensure that we get more business for Telangana, we get more investment into Telangana, we create more employment into Telangana, and also let's not forget, I think the key theme of this event and that event also will be sustainable practices. So let's also understand the best sustainable practices, because I think the most important thing from the industry, because all of you are from the plastic industry, and I would just close it with this one line. Self-regulation, self-restraint, understanding of the dynamics of the changing world are key to growing and keeping ourselves on the fast track. So my humble submission to the entrepreneurs from the plastic industry here, please pick up those practices. Please come out with better ideas in terms of sustainability. And let's make Telangana the shining example. While Gujarat may be the leader, and I have no problem with that, Telangana can also lead in sustainable practices and come out with more and more dynamic approaches which can lead the rest of the country and showcase to the rest of the country. Thank you very much. Jai Telangana, Jai Hind.
That was an absolutely, indeed, a delightful speech, and we just loved hearing you, sir. So it was the combination of words of wisdom and humor, and I'm actually, it's really on behalf of all our guests. Again, once a big round of applause for him, please. We look forward to your visit to PLASTINDIA2023 exhibition, sir, and to pave ways for industrial growth in Telangana. I now request Mr. Vimlesh Gupta Garu to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I'll start with talking something about TAPMA. TAPMA is the Telangana and Andhra Plastic Manufacturers Association. This is a more than 50-year association which acts as a bridge between the government and the industries. We cater to more than 15,000 units here. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate and wish all the very best to Team Plast India for having planned a show which undoubtedly is going to be world class. Take it from me. I'm talking of experience of around 25 years. And thanks to the team for giving me the privilege of sharing the stage with young and dynamic lawmakers of Telangana, Shri KTR sir, Jayesh Ranjan sir. We have interacted with Shri KTR sir and Shri Jayesh Ranjan sir many times, and I am proud to let you all know that they are one of the most positive and pro-industry gentlemen. I need not elaborate more because see, you have heard from the horse's mouth directly. But they are the most positive and pro-industry gentlemen we can expect in any political or bureaucratic circles. It is because of their initiative that we have our exclusive plastic park, as mentioned by sir himself, at Mankal. Their efforts have brought the who's who of plastic industry to our state. Supreme, Welspun, Chiripal, Astral is on the way. And expansions of our local leaders, Sudhakar, Vijayaneha, Srinath Group, many more. I'm sure Vishaka Group is going to sign the memorandum before leaving the state. Sir, you must be aware that this park is almost full now. And from this platform, I request you to kindly initiate a phase 2 for the plastic park to enable the industry to sustain and increase its double-digit growth. Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to thank the government of Telangana, especially our Honorable Chief Minister KCR Garu, our Minister KTR Garu, for easing the restrictions of the erstwhile Geo 111, because of which many industries, more particularly the non-polluting MSMEs, were facing many issues. At this juncture, I request you, sir, to kindly look into the matter and start issuing CFOs to particularly non-polluting industries. A lot of plastic industries fall in that area, sir. And now that we need to register for the EPR, it is a prerequisite compulsion that you need to have the CFO. Also, I request you to kindly induct one industry representative in the committee which is formed to decide on the formalities on the removal of the restrictions of this particular GO. Talking of exhibitions, I have seen many people. I myself have visited Dusseldorf, Germany for the K Fair, Guangzhou, Shanghai for the China Plus. It has been more than 25 years since I have been attending Plast India. Madam was telling that this is the third largest exhibition in the world. I'd like to differ from her, especially for startups, for MSMEs. I'll tell you, this is the largest exhibition of the world. I insist, I have been doing this even before. Anyone who is evenly remotely connected to plastic industry, be it a trader, be it a processor, be it an end user, they must surely visit Plast India. I'll bet it will be worth the time and energy spent. Sir, I'm also proud to share here that we will be having our own show also, Hyplex 23, next year here in ITEX, Hyderabad, for which we are already getting very good response from the industry. One thing I'm sure everyone will agree, that exhibitions are not for profit of any association in particular or any commercial ventures. The good part, in fact, the best part is that these are by the industry, of the industry, and for the industry. I'd like to request from the audience, anyone who is sleeping can raise their hand. Sorry, jokes apart. Anyone who has not used Google to raise their hand. Sundar Pichai sir will not be happy with you, Jaydev sir, but what I mean to tell you, I'll just 2 minutes, sir. What I mean to tell you is, sir, the exhibition will give you more information than what Google can give you. That I can tell you. Don't miss the exhibition at any cost. I'll just take another minute, ma'am. Of course, we have been given the logo support for the exhibition, sir, and we request your hand-holding for some other matters. I know the word plastics smells of some negativity in the minds of the so-called environmentalists, but as most of the audience here is from the industry, they can vouch that plastics is a lot more than just SUPs. And exhibitions like Plastindia and Hyplex are perfect venues to prove that. And Minister sir was kind enough to elaborate more on this. When we are having world-class showcases like Plastindia, why spend much time, money and energy traveling so far to Germany and China? So my request to everyone here is to participate, visit and reap maximum benefit. Before ending, just last 2 lines. There are a request to our dynamic lawmakers, also to my industry friends. कौन कहता है अकेले हैं हम? कौन कहता है अकेले हैं हम? कौन कहता है मुश्किलों से लड़ने के लिए नहीं है दम? चाहत इतनी कि बस खड़े रहो आप साथ, चाहत इतनी कि बस खड़े रहो आप साथ, खड़े रहो आप पास, फिर देखो कैसे कूदते हैं, कैसे उछलते हैं हमारे भी कदम. Thank you everyone. God bless.
Okay, I think we have some very good news coming up from Jigesh Doshi ji. So we're waiting anxiously to hear it from you.
सर आपने कुछ भी बोला, लेकिन आप गुजराती एंड मारवाड़ी वो दोनों के मिक्सचर हो. गुज्जू तो फिर भी चटक जाएगा, मारवाड़ी चटक जाएगा, लेकिन आपने तो दोनों का है. अभी पकड़ ही लिया कि यस अभी का अभी. तो यस, इट इज रियली आई हाईली ऑब्लाइज कि फ्रॉम माय कंपनी विशाखा डेफिनेटली बिफोर 2025 we will be putting up a plant in Telangana, and it is my pleasure. It is an opportunity given by yourself. So sir, I am highly obliged. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move towards the conclusion of today's program, we must acknowledge the gracious presence of our dignitaries on stage with mementos. So I request Shri Jigesh Doshi ji to felicitate our Minister, Shri KT Ramarao. I request Shri Ajay ji to felicitate Shri Jayesh Ranjan Garu. I request Srimati Padmaja Reddy to felicitate Shri Vimlesh Gupta Garu.